everybody, my name is Patty. I am the designer between 4Boys and NL Girl Designs, and I'm coming to you from the extreme east coast of Canada in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador on the island of Newfoundland. It is I think it's Wednesday, I'm not sure. I believe it's the 10th of May, and it is a stunningly gorgeous morning here in Newfoundland. It's about almost 11 o'clock in the morning. If you hear dogs barking in the background, those are not mine. I've got all the windows open to let the fresh air blow through, and there's a beagle up the road barking. Blue is outside, but that's not him. I just checked on him. He's basking in the sunshine. I know it's been a while. I apologize. Just back on very early at like 1:30 in the morning on Monday from two StitchNorth weekends, retreat weekends. And I met and reacquainted with so many wonderful friends at both StitchNorth weekends. And I wanted to come on and say hi, do a little, haul about showing you some of the things that I got at StitchNorth. I may have forgotten a couple things. I'm not totally unpacked yet. Give you a little bit of, life news. And hopefully this is the re-beginning of my Flosstube journey in a more regular way. So I guess to backtrack, I think the last time I did a video was close to after Christmas of this year, Christmas 2022, early into 2023. So there's been some, ups and downs in life, and that's just the way it is. I think I had mentioned I hadn't been feeling well. I continue to not be feeling well. And that is just something I'm going to have to live with for a while. I'm not going to, otherwise in life, the family is happy and healthy. Freya's doing great. She and Pete go to agility classes once a week, so they're having a great time. Blue is still with us. He is, some days I wonder how much longer we have with him, and other days he's jumping around like a puppy. So he's kind of at that stage of his elderly journey. He's getting more confused. Did not do well the week that 10 days that I was away at StitchNorth. He had a few accidents in the house, which is not like him. He didn't have the greatest time. It's hard you can't explain to him that I'm coming back. And he is most definitely bonded with me of anyone else in the house. Again, not Blue barking. He had a little bit of a rough time, but he is very happy that I'm home. Very happy to be outside in the sunshine. And we're thankful for every day that we have left with him because, Blue is a rescue from Beagle Paws, which is a beagle rescue organization here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we got him when he was 10 or 11. 4 or 5 years ago, so we don't really know how old he is. But he has done really well with our family. He and Freya, our border collie, who's a little over a year old, close to a year and a half now, I guess. They are quite close. Love each other dearly, even though Blue doesn't know how to play, so Freya's learning how to play from other doggies. They're quite close, so hopefully that sad day will be that we have to make some decisions about Blue will be postponed into the far distant future. So StitchNorth. My business partner Cheryl and I own a business called Bryn & Needle, and it's a hand-dyed floss and cross-stitch fabric business. We are going to be getting into rug hooking and punch needle hooking as well at some stage, but at least right now we're concentrating on cross-stitch supplies. Cheryl is the genius behind Bryn & Needle's very unique embroidery floss, and I am the dyer of the fabric for Bryn & Needle. So after much rushing, concentrated effort, and late nights, we managed to get ourselves packed up and ready to go to StitchNorth. We left here on April 27th on Thursday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was up at 2. I don't know if Cheryl got any sleep. She was at the airport before I got there, even though I was early. Cheryl's earlier. So there was no issues getting on the plane with the flight, anything. We had an extra day booked at our Airbnb, so we got in there I think we pulled into our Airbnb at like 7:30 in the morning. Sorry, a test emergency alert just came on the phone, so it kind of cut out there. I think I was talking about, oh yeah, we managed to get all our suitcases into the Airbnb and down to our basement apartment, which was lovely. It had my requirements this year. Last year we had a different Airbnb, which was equally lovely, but it didn't have a washer and dryer or a range, a cooker, a stove and oven, which I wanted if we were going to be there for 10 days. We used the stove and oven quite a lot, and we used the washer and dryer quite a lot as well. So I'm glad that we had those appliances. Anyway, that turned out to be a very nice accommodations for the 10 days that we were in Brampton. On the so Thursday afternoon, we met up with the EverToad Crew, who are amazing. StitchNorth this is the second year for StitchNorth. First year over 2 weekends, back-to-back weekends. And really, through a lot of hard work, it comes through as a well-oiled machine. It really does. The EverToad team is wonderfully friendly, hard workers, great sense of humor, great to work with. So we met up with them over at the Marriott in Brampton, where we were also staying at Airbnb but separately, and put together our freebie kits that went in the packages for the first weekend. And I actually managed to start and finish that kit, and I'm going to show that to you now in a second when I find it. So I apologize when I start and it's kind of moving. I actually cannot find the attachment for my phone, for my tripod, and I've got you on some kind of wiggly device that I had purchased a while ago to do tutorials with, and I don't like it because it moves, but that's what you're on today. Anyway, so Deanna from Darling and Whimsy Designs is, hi Deanna, is a local to us in St. John's, Newfoundland, cross-stitch designer. This is the second year we've worked with Deanna to develop exclusive patterns for StitchNorth that will be released later on in the year or early 2024. So the first weekend we had a bear theme. So with the kit came a pattern, floss from Brenda Needle, and fabric dyed Cheryl by Brenda Needle, so Cheryl and myself, and included this pattern for week 1. Now I have changed it a bit. I put the border here, and the StitchNorth at the bottom is a little different than Deanna's original pattern, but that is the kit from the first weekend. As this one will be, Deanna's going to tweak it and release it in January 2024, so that's when that will be available. We have had some folks reach out on the Brenda Needle website to find out if they could purchase. We were able to sell the leftover kits that we had from the first weekend at the second weekend, but these were exclusive to StitchNorth patterns, so they won't be available unless you were interested in the second weekend kits. We do have a few of those available, and those will be going up on the website this week. That is a mermaid tail. Land and Sea is the name of the floss color, and it's on I think it's Rocky Shores. It's kind of a mottled gray 28 count Lugana. 20 count? No, 18 count Ada. Sorry. So there will be a few of those, a limited amount of those kits available once we get some things added to the store after our StitchNorth being away for StitchNorth. So got the kits set up, got some help from the EverToad team doing that and filling the swag bags, which was awesome. Cheryl and I didn't attend either StitchNorth weekend as stitchers this year. We found that last year we really didn't have any time to sit in the stitching room, so we were strictly as vendors this year. So we didn't get the lovely swag bag that all the rest of the attendees got at each weekend. However, I did purchase the sampler that was for StitchNorth, created by 18. Is it? Oh, let me get it out, because I can't remember if it's 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. So let me grab that. Okay, so it came with this beautiful linen bag, impeccably sewn by the EverToad team. And inside is just a nice plain cotton. the pattern is this beautiful Sing After the Storm pattern that you can see right there, and came with the floss kitted up for that. And I'll also show you the fabric. Now I have Angel the cat here on my right. We'll see how much Angel disrupts. So this is StitchNorth Kit 2023. It's a 28 count even weave on panettone. Came beautiful, everything came beautifully packaged. So I'm gonna get that open to show you the famous Roxy Floss Co. panettone. Here it is. Beautiful. Actually, let me put the bag behind this because the light in behind is, there we go, that's better. And Blue is now barking, so I will be right back. Okay, Blue is back in the building having a drink. Now the two cats are gonna have a little fight. Hopefully there's no hissing as a result of that. They don't growl at each other, but they certainly do whack each other every now and then, which is what they're over there doing right now. We have our catio open for the, I think, only second time in 2023. So I think they're fighting for access. They don't go into the catio together. Hi, Bluey. So Blue has joined me, even though you can't see him. So I thought, yes, the rest of Stitch North. We did the kits on Thursday. Once we were finished, Cheryl and I were both very tired after having been up so early that morning. So we headed back to the Airbnb for something to eat and bed. So every morning of the weekends of Stitch North, I was up at 5, Cheryl was up before then. Got over to the hotel between 6 and 6:30. Friday, the first Friday was the longest setup for us. I think we didn't actually open the shop until about 9:15 or so. I still had some fabric that needed to be labeled and priced. There was still floss that needed to be worked on. It was, it's hard to have full-time jobs and prepare for an event like that. I like to think we did it with grace. I'm not sure if it appeared to be that way from the outside, but I thought, all things considered, we did very well. Folks were awesome. Like the attendees at both weekends, it's 200, I think there's 225-ish people at both weekends, and to see that many people together sharing a common love of cross stitch and understanding the passion that we all have when really we're doing this hobby by and large by ourselves in isolation. It's just an incredibly wonderful, warm, it's almost an indescribable feeling. And if you ever have the chance to go to a cross stitch retreat, hopefully there is one close to you that's affordable for you to get to. Try it. Even if you go by yourself, I met several folks that went to these retreats by themselves and had a blast. Fast friends that are now registering for next year and all going to stay at the same table together. And it's remarkable how much fun and friendship comes together from this kind of event. So that was awesome. So Bread and Needle was open from Friday. Well, like I said, we got there around 6 to 6:30, started setting up. We're there until 6 in the afternoon. Because I'm not feeling well, and I guess I'll speak to that a little bit. I'm severely anemic. I was anemic after I had, had the boys, and I think I would consider that kind of in the more normal anemia range, where I was treatable by food, iron-rich food, and supplements. For some reason, I am no longer absorbing iron very well through foods or supplements, even though I am on supplements. So I am going to be getting an iron infusion in June. The quickest that the medical system could get me in. And but as a result of being anemic, I am very tired, getting headaches, out of breath, just a variety of kind of little details. Luckily, or nicely and kindly, one of my friends, Bonnie, who is another floss tuber and I'll put Bonnie's floss tube down at the bottom here. She was in her own room, so was able to, it was graciously loaned me the second bed in her hotel room for me to have a nap over the weekend, which was excellent. And because I'm not storing energy right now very well, and naps were really helpful. So thank you so much, Vonnie. I really appreciate it. That was sweet. Anyway, and if you noticed over the weekends, I wasn't my usual bubbly, hyper self. That's why. I don't have much energy for that. So hopefully this too shall pass. And this time next year, everything will be back to normal. And you'll see me bopping around at Bryn and Needle as I did last year. Anyway, so then the first and second weekend both went, it was fairly much the same pattern in terms of getting there at 6 or 6:30, getting things set up, meeting and greeting and having a wonderful time with people until 6 in the evening, heading back to the B&B, having something to eat and going to bed. Like really, that was pretty much the schedule for the weekends. During the week, Monday through Thursday, I had Friday off from work. So Monday through Thursday, I worked. I work remotely, so I was able to work through my computer in my bedroom at the desk there. And Cheryl was very busy putting floss together and labeling floss and scanning floss. And yeah, she worked really hard getting all that done for the second weekend. Then Thursday arose bright and early, and I found out that myself and 20% of my coworkers at Shopify, where I was employed, were laid off. So that was quite the shock on Thursday morning. However, I was welcomed in the arms of cross-stitchers for the second weekend. So my transition to being employed to unemployed has gone reasonably smoothly. And I had a great weekend, the second weekend as well, as did Bryn and Needle. And our thanks from Cheryl and I to anyone who stopped by for a visit, anybody who purchased anything through Bryn and Needle. We really appreciate it. Your confidence in us, enthusiasm in our products were amazing. And we'll be seeing you again in 2024. So I wanted to share some of the things that I either was given or purchased at StitchNorth. I definitely made a dent in my wallet. It was a great time for purchasing things and collaborating with folks and networking and just getting to meet so many wonderful, wonderful people. So this is in no specific order. I've got a mess right here. You can see a bit of it. So I'm just going to get started here. It's not in order of when I purchased or what I purchased, depending on weekend too. So I'll talk about that a bit. The first item on my pile, this came from Candace. Hi, Candace. From I Can So Make That. And this was actually, Candace was a vendor at the second weekend. And hopefully you can see her very cute label there. This is an Ort container, fabulously made Ort container that was in the swag bags on the second weekend. And Candace kindly gave Cheryl and I one of these Ort bags as well, which was really sweet of her. From Candace, I purchased, and this is a thread bed that's obviously been used. This is a thread bed, again, wonderfully made by Candace. Candace is a perfectionist. Look at this piecing. It's beautiful. And then inside, thread beds usually have this, the area where you can get your thread to be held down. But I really like how Candace has a needles in here, and then it's sized for the style of needle that you're using. So I thought that was brilliant. Now Candace is also a knitter, and she vends at Ontario events such as Kawartha that's coming up in, I think she said it was coming up in June, she'll be vending at. So the next item that I got was actually, it's an organizing, it's awesome. So it's a hanger, and it organizes double pointed needles. And can you see that she's got them all labeled with numbers so you can tell which needles are which. And this is wonderfully long for my double pointed needles to get them organized. I thought this was brilliant. And it's got a dowel at the top and the bottom, so it hangs really, really nicely. And it's such pretty button fabric too. So there's that. And the other thing that I got from Candace is this beautiful, so this could be for my Swift. It's a long tube, but I'm going to use it for my squirrel rods. So it's got a snap up here. It's got a hanger here. It's a brilliant idea. I have more scroll rods than I have room in this item, so I will be getting more. Thank you so much, Candace. Candace was actually our neighbor at the second weekend when we were vending for Bryn and Needle, and it was wonderful for Candace to be our neighbor because Candace is wonderful people. So there were some of the same vendors at the first weekend as the second weekend, and some different vendors. One of the ones that came to the second weekend was Kimat Designs, and I'm going to put their information at the bottom of the screen. I got these two really cute patterns. So this says, "Will you be my neighbor?" And which I think is gorgeous. And I'm going to do the sweater in one of Bryn and Needle's speckly flosses, so that really shows that off. And then the other one I got was this really cute, it's a pincushion pattern booklet by Jeanette Douglas that I really liked the look of these pincushions. I thought they were just gorgeous. And I want to make more biscornus, but this is kind of similar to a biscornu, yet not. But I really like the shape and the idea of these patterns, so I picked up that as well. Both of these from Kimat Designs. What else do we have here? Well, I went shopping at EverToad. And let's see what I got from EverToad. I got these things here. So I forgot to get a StitchNorth magnet from last year. So this is last year's. The next year I'll get this year. So I'm kind of a year behind. So it's a lovely needle minder commemorating StitchNorth. I also got this lovely piece of 28 count porcelain from, this is a linen, and it's a 28 count linen that I got from EverToad, from Roxy Floss Co. I also picked up two patterns, or one pattern book and one pattern. I got a Modern Folk Embroidery Merry Christmas, and I'm going to speak to that again in a second. I also got Teresa's Vinette's Most Humble Hand book, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous book of either, it could be reference as well, although it does have sampler patterns in it. This is one of them. This is, sorry, I heard something over there. I think it's just the dishwasher. Or a cat. Could be a cat. And it's, let me see if I can find a page that doesn't. So this is the first page, just to give you a sense of what this book, it's just put together beautifully. And see, I think okay, here's a page that doesn't have a chart on it. But it's just, it's true to Kitten Stitcher and Teresa's style, and just a stunning, stunning book. So I was really happy to get that. Moving back to the Merry Christmas, I wanted something, I was trying to find something, I wanted to start this at StitchNorth. So what I did is went to Stitch Toolbox and purchased a piece of fabric and got a wee little start on, and I'm sorry, Anna, I've ruined your piece of fabric. Let's see, is there a part of this that's less wrinkled? Oh my goodness. Horrible display of Anna's. I will iron this and show it to you next time. Beautiful color. And then I'm using one of Bryn and Needle's flosses on there. I think it's Sweeter After the Frost, or no, Nanny Bennett's lipstick, this one's called. This is a counter because I'm counting 10 to 20 stitches as I go here, because I'm just starting on the border. Hopefully that's a little bit easier for you to see. So I'm doing red on green, a little bit more of a modern take on the pattern, I think, but still beautiful. Along with that, at Stitching Toolbox, I also got a few other things. I purchased this Twin Peak Primitives pattern at Stitch Toolbox. Love that. This floss holder and floss tags with the fox on it, which I thought was beautiful. And I also got this, let me see, you see the half moon and the Tinkerbell. Okay, turn around, Tink. Tink does not want to turn around to see you. And I'm trying to see if I can, oh my goodness, I'm doing a horrible job. Anyway, there are blingy moons, Tinkerbell on a scissor fob. It's really cute in person, even though I just totally ruined displaying it. What else? Sheba Designs was there, so I bought a couple bags. One, a vinyl covered front bag. Beautiful. Sheba always has, she always has the most beautiful fabric, and again, exquisitely made. So there's that one. And then I got a Christmas one, which I'm now housing that modern folk embroidery pattern in, or I will be once I put it back in there after I earn it. Isn't that cutest fabric ever? I mean, look. So cute. Okay, what's next? Cheryl, Tiny Modernist, who has become a friend, which is awesome. Never thought I would say that I was friends with the Tiny Modernist, but I am. Such a thrill. Cheryl was there for both Saturday and Sunday of both weekends. And I picked up a couple of patterns. One is this one. I'm not sure if this one, how new, if this is a new 2020. Yep, this is a 2023 pattern. So this one's new. Somebody else came to our Brenna Needle table who had this, and I fell in love with it, so I got it. And also this Stitcher's Heart, which is another beautiful, and this one is a 2023 as well. This one I think came out, I don't think it was for StitchNorth, but certainly close to the time. And it's Stitch and Panettone by Roxy Floss Co. And it's Roxy Floss Co. Threads as well. So this is a collab between Roxy Floss Co., EverToad, and Tiny Modernist. Beautiful. What next? Dee. Got to meet Dee of Dee's 20 Stitches. That was an amazing experience. If you haven't watched Dee at Dee's 20 Stitches, go watch them. Fantastic, fantastic designer, fantastic human. Really wonderful to meet them. I had two patterns that I got from Dee that I pre-ordered. One was this, what is it, Beverly Glen sampler. And the other one, this was the StitchNorth exclusive for now. And it's this Toonies pattern. Look at that baby loon. It is so cute. Love. Love, love, love. Okay, next I picked up 3 patterns from 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. Hi, Leanne. Great to meet Leanne. And, you know, I'm inevitably going to forget people that I met at the weekends, and I apologize. There was 225 attendees at least at both weekends plus vendors. I'm not going to remember everybody, but no, I really value and treasure the folks that I spoke to who commented on, you know, when are you going to do another video? How is Blue doing? You know, it makes it, you sit here in your living room or your house and you talk to yourself and you send it out into the world. And sometimes it feels unreal that people are actually watching you, and people are, and I appreciate that so much. So thank you. And I'll try and do this more often. So from 1897 Samplers, I got this Granny's Garden in Friendship's Name. I thought that was beautiful. I also got Granny's Garden in the Apple Orchard. So both of these two are not based on antique samplers. They're Leanne's own designs, but I loved I loved the quilting motif going around this one. This one is based on an antique sampler. It's called Art is Long and Time is Fleeting, Elizabeth Cole, aged 10 years old. So here is the newly stitched version. And here is the antique original. Leanne's done an amazing job charting this. Just beautiful. What have we got? Okay. From Pastime Pieces, I got the Smitten Cross Stitch Kit. And it's got all the floss and the fabric and everything. So this is by Folk Art Designs with a Bit of Whimsy by Bonnie Sullivan. It is so, that stocking stitches up beautifully, and I can't wait to start it. I also got a Christmas berry pattern that I thought was really cute. I purchased this by Shannon Christie Designs. It's a Canada inspired Canada Day piece. I don't know if I'll stitch that for this year, but I will stitch it for one of these years. And the last one I got was this Beloved sampler, which I thought was just gorgeous. And this one is by Running with Needles and Scissors is the name of the website. Yep, Running with Needles and Scissors. That's the name of the designer, or the designer company. Beautiful. Next I've got some bits and bobs. These are from one of the vendors, and I'm gonna put their name. Sorry, I'm not speaking to the camera. These are from one of the vendors. I'm gonna put their name also on the screen. I think it's Treasured Traditions. I'm sorry. I know I was talking to you and you're lovely and I cannot remember the name of the shop. However, I got this gorgeous little scissor set, which comes in this really cute little holder. So I got that from them. I'm trying to put that there so you can see it a bit better. And I also I've not tried Sulky thread before for cross stitching. So I picked up their Sulky Brights sampler collection. I'm not sure where I need to put that so you can see it. Anyway, really pretty. So I'll give those a try. Now I'm getting into some of the presents. So folks there may be a few that I've still got in my suitcase, so I apologize if there is. Several attendees came up to give attendees. Some people did presents for everybody, plus the vendors. It was amazing. Folks are so incredibly kind and generous. And I want to show you some of the things that I was given. So this one's from Val Champ from Florida. It's a little bag with a little, look at that cute zipper pull. It's got an embroidery, it's got floss cards in it, and as well as hold on, let me take out the floss tags as well, so I can show you the front. These beautiful floss tags, floss drops. Thank you so much, Val. Our friend Andrea at Canada Poo Stitches. Oh, I got a needle minder there sticking onto everything. This one is actually gave me a present for somebody I'm going to see this weekend. So Canada Poo Stitches floss drops. So Andrea and Pooh ends up in some pretty interesting places. Thank you, Andrea, along with this little beads and buttons kit. These grippers to put on my fabric. I've been using these already. A floss away bag. Floss away. There were some candy. I ate those. Just a little container. You could put orts or whatever you want, really, if I can get it. Let me see if I can open it. There we go. So to put little treasures in, to hold those little bits so you don't lose them, like a needle. Also received from Amy Graham. Amy made these beautiful resin needle minders. I don't know if you can see the flowers in there, but these come from Amy's redbud tree in her front yard. Trying to get it to focus. Anyway, it's a gorgeous resin needle minder. So there's that. Also received from Just Stitching Along some more of these beautiful floss drops based on her patterns, which are gorgeous. Karen, our other neighbor on the other side from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders, gave us, Cheryl and I, this little snowman. Little snowman needle minder. And also from Karen, actually before I go to Karen, a lovely lady, I think from Charting Creations. I'm not sure if she's from Charting. Oh, no, I think, so these are ballpoint, you can't really see them there, ballpoint needles that she wanted me to try in a size 26. So thank you so much for sharing those. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm going to today. And I'll let you know how I feel about ballpoint cross-stitch needles. Back to Karen from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. I got some needle minders. One thing I got a few of these last year and I got some more this year, are these counting pins for when I'm doing borders or something like that. And I got the little strawberry ones. Aren't those cute? And they sparkle. So I got 10 of those. Love those. I also got a couple of needle minders. The ones that I got some from, or one or two from Karen last year, but the ones I got this year are this beautiful honeybee on a web of honey. There you can see the bee. And Grogu. And it says, adopt this Jedi. A little Grogu. So if you're a Mandalorian fan, I don't know why that's not focusing. It seems to be focusing more over there than over here. There we go. I just love Grogu from The Mandalorian. And that is all, that's enough that I have from my pile from StitchNorth at the moment. Like I said, there may be a couple things that I missed from my suitcases, and I'll mention those next time. So thank you so much for dropping in. It's nice to get back on the Flosstube wagon. I apologize for being away for a while, and I hope to be getting back to this on a regular basis. Angel is just squeezing herself through it. She just squeezed herself through the railing of the stairs and she barely made it. Angel's a little bit, she's fluffy and a little plump. She might be small, but she's fluffy times 2. Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Can't wait to meet up with you again shortly. And if you have time, hit the like button, subscribe, and write a comment. I love comments. I respond to all comments, and I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I will catch up with you again soon. Take care. Bye.